my beautiful butterflies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beverly. It is lovely to see you today. I really hope that you'll stick around because today we're talking about Marie Kondo, do's and don'ts. I've got some tips and little tidbits for you because I have to do it with chronic illness and I really wanted to give some tips to others who are doing the same, so stick around. I mean, could I be more awkward? Oh. So if you've been to the moon and chilling out on there, then you might not know who Marie Kondo is. The rest of us probably do. Marie Kondo is a woman who talks about organisation and finding the joy in the things that you own instead of owning things just because. And she really talks about going through your whole house. She has like a very regimented set of rules that you have to follow. That you have to like take everything out of your closet and put it on the bed so you see this massive pile of clothes, and then you one by one go through each thing and be like, do I love you? No, I don't. Thank you for your service. And then you let it go. I was really moved by the whole process. As you know, I'm on a spiritual journey and I very much have struggled with materialism through my life. I have a very addictive personality and I kind of can get hooked on something and then all I want to do is buy that thing. All I want to do is get that thing and I want it now, now, now. Gizmo's joined us. You can't see him, but he's here. But if you like dogs that are cute, maybe check out my last video because he picked out my vintage outfit, which was really fun. I really enjoyed it. But he's in a weird mood today. I don't know what's up with him. Poor little chap. It really resonated with me because I was really spoiled as a child. I never really learned how to appreciate the things that I have, how to really work for the things that I want. If I wanted something, it would just be given to me. And for that, I'm very grateful. You know, I didn't ever really want for anything. But it left me as an adult not really knowing how to budget, how to really appreciate the things that I have, and I kind of grew into this materialistic person. So as I started my spiritual journey, I started to realise, okay, you can't be materialistic anymore. It's just not going to work, love. You've got to get rid of it. So when I watched Marie Kondo, I was like, this is it. This is my chance. This is how I can get rid of all this stuff that I've accumulated that I'm not really using, that's just kind of sitting in cupboards and drawers, and oh, it's just a nightmare. But Marie Kondo came and I was like, hallelujah, kind of. And I kind of wanted to really grab onto that and get rid of things. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, I mean, as a family, you can collect a lot of stuff. A house is very easy to collect things in. Hello, Giz. A house is very easy to collect lots of rubbish in. Not rubbish, but just stuff. Just accumulate stuff. Paperwork, things. And so I'm like, well, I kind of really need to go through all this stuff and just keep what really resonates with me, what I really love. That was what I wanted to do. So that's what I've done. I started out with my closet. My closet, I'd already started to, like, my closet is not a bad area. I'd basically gone through everything when I changed over to a vintage wardrobe, so I had nothing to get rid of really. I just kind of, a couple of things that needed to go to the charity shop, like winter clothes that I wanted to get rid of to make room for new spring and summer stuff, that sort of thing. But basically it was organised, so I felt pretty good about that. But then I started to like really hit the house hard. On my good days, I was like pulling stuff out of drawers, and I managed to get 3 of the drawers in my, we've got like a, we've got like a sideboard with our television on in our living room, and it's got loads of drawers, and the top 3 are done. They look lovely, but the bottom 3, they do not look good, and it really causes me to feel anger because I want to get them done. The problem is I've been really suffering my fatigue. Chronic fatigue is something that comes along with a lot of different illnesses. I have Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, I have fibromyalgia, and I have chronic fatigue syndrome. All 3 of those illnesses have fatigue. So fatigue is one of my worst symptoms. I've suffered with it my whole life. Hello, it's Editing Beverly here from the future. I completely forgot what I was talking about. I had a complete brain meltdown. So let's just pretend that didn't happen and carry on. And then me and my husband went through, we've got like a cupboard. There's not a lot of storage in this house, but we've got a cupboard that we keep all our food in, and it was a nightmare. And basically I used to just keep the doors shut, don't even want to look in there. It had lots of food that had gone off, out of date by like years, because they were right at the back of the cupboard. Food that we just don't eat, things that we don't like that we bought to try and just kept. So me and my husband just took everything out, put it out all on the sides, and it took us like a whole day. We managed to get the cupboard looking so nice by the end of it, and I just felt like I can do this. Do you know what I mean? Like, it just felt like I could be a champion. I could do this. I can beat this house. But slowly I started to realise that as I'd been cleaning out stuff, I had been putting them in the spare room. So the stuff to get rid of, the stuff to throw away in piles, and then those piles had kind of merged into one. And now my little room that I used to record my Pop in the Box unboxings in, I can't even get in there. It's got all my collectibles, all my books, all my treasures that I've collected over the years, and they're all just out of reach. It's just overwhelming, and it feels worse than before I'd started trying to do this. So I sat down and I thought, right, what can I do to make this better? And there's a couple of things that kind of, I thought to myself, right, I need to get on top of this. I need to find a way to share this with people, because honestly, don't do what I did. Make sure you go to cheap places to buy storage. Now, she loves you to have little boxes and little things to put things in, so it's, you know exactly where it is. So we've got like a little tub with all our batteries in, whereas before they used to just be in drawers everywhere. And I collected them all together and we put them all in this little thing. It says batteries. Now I know exactly where our batteries are. It's really useful. It's a really great way of just making sure that things are where they're supposed to be, which is great, because when you've got fatigue, you don't have time to go, you don't have the energy to go looking through loads of drawers. And so I was like, this is perfect for me. When, however, I bought loads of little things that looked pretty, and spent money where I shouldn't have really spent money, I think. Definitely look at places like Poundland or charity shops or anything like that, where you can find things to put things in for organisation, because that can be a big expense if you're not careful. We have a lot of cheap shops in our town because it's a very working man's town. And so I have started getting my storage things from there, which has really helped bring the costs down. Because the point is that you're getting rid of things, not you're buying loads of expensive things to replace the things that you're getting rid of, if that makes sense. You're trying to make your house energy flow much nicer and have a really lovely flow and energy to it. You want to be able to come in and find things right away. You don't want to be searching and scrambling for things, especially when you've got fatigue, especially when you've got pain. You just don't need it. So here's my main 3 tips for you guys. Don't do it her way. In her way of doing it, you pull everything out that's in certain categories. So she has a paperwork, so you get every single bit of paperwork and you go through every single bit. You pull out all your clothes and put them on the bed and go through every single one. That is not how to do it when you have chronic illness and chronic pain at all. Just don't do it, because once that stuff is out, you've used up a lot of your energy for the day just getting the stuff out. Then what do you do with the stuff? Then you've got to go through it, then you've got to organise it, then you've got to get rid of it, and it just becomes a thing that you have to do because it's in the way now. And that's why she does it, because then you've got to do it, you can't put it off. But when you have illnesses, you don't have that choice. So definitely don't do it her way. Instead, take a drawer or a cupboard at a time. This is what I'm doing going forwards. So I'll just sit down if I'm feeling good or I'm just watching a TV show. I'll pull a drawer out and start like going through it and getting rid of stuff. And I've found that that is a really great way of doing it. And I've definitely found myself moving forwards as I do that. The last thing I would say is to get rid of things as you go. So when you go through that one drawer and you have the pile of things to go to a charity shop, take them to the charity shop before you start the next thing. Throw away those things, recycle them. Whatever you're going to do with those things, do it before you start the next thing, because otherwise you're just going to end up with a massive, overwhelming pile of stuff like I have been stuck with. And it's a nightmare, and I don't want you to be stuck with that. I don't have the energy really to go through that. And my husband works a lot, so he doesn't have the energy either. So I really don't know how I'm going to sort out the spare room. But hopefully we'll get it done soon. Wish me luck with that. But right now, I'm feeling good about the moving forwards. Now I have a plan in my head. Now I've made my mistakes. And I'm moving forwards in a more palatable way, should we say, a way that I can cope with. I'm so excited to get my house organised and to get things done. But I am, before I start the next thing, going to sort out that little room because it's driving me insane. Definitely make sure that you leave down below any tips and tricks that you have for decluttering and organising things when you have chronic illnesses. I need all the tips and tricks that I can get, so leave them down below for other people who are thinking of doing this. It's spring, everybody wants to clear out, so let's help one another do that. Marie Kondo is great, her method is wonderful if you are well, but don't feel pressured to get everything done in one go. You have time, so take your time. And by that I don't mean put things off. What I mean is don't push yourself and make yourself sick or make yourself ill or get stressed about things when you really don't have to. I hope that you all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave it a little cheeky like and go down there, leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe. Ring that little bell so you always know when I upload. I'm usually here Mondays and Fridays. I hope you have a really wonderful day and a lovely week. Don't forget to make someone smile every single day, and I will see you next time. Bye.